I'm here with Pastor. We are doing a Q&A session to thank you for joining us and taking the time out of your day to do this.
I am enjoying this immensely. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Today's question has to do with a talk that you recently had, and it has to do with something that is extremely prevalent in our society today. So, what is the best way that a Christian can protect themselves from satanic lies and propaganda?
Yeah. Yeah. Satan's a liar and the propagator of lies, Jesus said in John 8:44. And if Satan is a reality, and he is, and he's a perpetual threat, and he is, then based on what Jesus said and what Jesus meant by what he said, Satan is always lying to us. And everywhere he shows up in Scripture, whether it's in Genesis 3, where he talks to Eve and questions her about what God has said, and her response to it, or whether he's tempting Jesus and trying to get Jesus to fall away from his purpose and God through the Father's plan. He's always lying. And Jesus says every time he opens his mouth, he's lying, because that's all he does is lie. Paul talked about in 2 Corinthians 11, false apostles and false teachers are in the church as emissaries of satanic activity. They're teaching falsehood because this is a part of the lies that the devil gives us. But the question is, how do we protect ourselves from those lies? So let me give you a number of things that come to mind. One is be a Bible Christian. Be a Bible Christian. And what I mean by a Bible Christian is someone who reads the Bible slowly and understands it, seeks prayerfully to understand it, and put it into practice in your life. Don't just read the Bible to pass a test, or read the Bible just to say you've done it, check it off your daily list. Read the Bible to understand. What is the Bible saying? Learn the Bible as best that you can and put it into practice in your life. That's the first thing. What that will do, it will create in your mind over the years a framework by which you're able to analyze and discern falsehood when you hear it. So the Scripture, the mind that's trained by the Scripture, and the heart and life that's framed by the Scripture is the only way to prepare for the lie when you encounter it. If you don't have a biblical perspective, you're fodder for the lie. Secondly is be wise as to how lies are often offered to you. For example, I think questions. Satan uses questions and poses questions in such a way as to get you to be open to a possibility of disobedience. One of the best ways I've seen that he does that is use the idea, is it possible? So, is it possible God could have used evolution to create? Well, the natural response to a question framed like, is it possible, is, yeah, it is possible. But that's the point. Once you agree to the possibility, he's got you. Mm-hmm. Now he's going to take you from there to, well, maybe he actually did that. How do you know he didn't do that? And all those. So the questions become a weapon that he uses to get us to be open to the suggestion. Now, he did this to Eve. Has God said? Right. Well, what's he doing with Eve? He's just trying to get her to just be open to the suggestion that maybe she misunderstood God. Are you sure he said that? And what did he mean by that? So I've often said about questions, the key to getting the right answers is to ask the right questions and to ask them in the right way. So be very, very, very careful. I want to mention another thing that has to do with images and visualization and arts and music and films and all of this. I think the devil is in the business of music, and I think he's in the business of movies. Mm-hmm. And whenever you see a movie, if you go to see a movie, do they still have movies? Mm-hmm. I don't know if they make those anymore. Someone wrote that. Someone put money in it. What's going on behind the scenes? What do they hope to accomplish? Where are they going? What are they trying to achieve? So in the script, if they will make you feel things, and they'll use music to make you feel it. Sad music will make you feel sad. Happy music will make you feel happy. They can play music that will make you feel emotions. The script writer will portray a character in a certain way to get you to make deductions relative to what they want you to think. They may portray a preacher as a bad guy. You know, he breaks the law, or he hurts people, or he's not sincere. So the idea is, preacher, you can't trust preachers. See? So you see how Satan can use portrayals, characterizations, music. So you have to be very careful. When I see a film, and I don't go watch film much anymore, and I can smell it, I can see it in a heartbeat, and my mind is trained to say, why did he have that character say that?
Right.
Why did he have him say it that way? Why does the bad guy look like a good guy in this scene? You know, I'm always asking my questions about what I'm being told by the film. You have to be alert to that. By the way, I'm going to give a talk on discernment this coming Sunday night, and that goes along with this as well. Developing a discerning mind and a discerning heart, just to not fall for it. If you just go along with the flow of the emotional moment, devil's got you. So be an intentional Christian. Be a purposeful Christian. Not only should you know the Bible, but try to use the scriptural perspective in your life to help you see these places where Satan is probably trying to hook you in.
That's good. Thank you, Pastor.
You're welcome. I mentioned that because of The Chosen and some of the stuff that people are saying.